Let's talk about this next story. We got this from Deadline. The View apologizes after linking Turning Point USA to neo-Nazi demonstrators. I don't think the apology was good enough.
No, it's not.
They said, Sarah Haynes said, so on Monday we talked about the fact that there were openly neo-Nazi demonstrators outside the Florida Student Action Summit of the Turning Point USA group. We want to make it clear that these demonstrators were gathered outside the event and that they were not invited or endorsed by Turning Point USA. A Turning Point USA spokesman said the group, quote, 100% condemns those ideologies and said Turning Point USA security tried to remove the neo-Nazis from the area, but could not because they were on public property. Also, Turning Point USA wanted us to clarify this was a Turning Point USA summit and not a Republican Party event. So we apologize for anything we said that may have been unclear on these points.
This is the problem. It wasn't what they said was unclear. It was what they said was untrue.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, I didn't get the original statement. They said that there were neo-Nazis at Turning Point.
Whoopi Goldberg said, initially, you let him in, though.
Okay,
you let him in.
So they lied.
Then
they didn't say something unclear. They lied.
They come back from commercial and they're like, we got to issue a clarification. They weren't. And she goes, they weren't in the building, but they were all, in the mix.
You
they
apologize for lying, not for being unclear. It's different. You lied, Whoopi. Maybe she thought it was real and she said something that she thought was real.
She lied.
But this is again they should sue.
Oh, yeah. This apology's not enough.
For as much as money as they can.
The Nazis were protesting the event in opposition to it.
But one of the ways you actually get some sort of accountability is paying. I'm a big
Right.
believer that there have to be consequences and sue them.
Yeah, because then the producers will start breathing down Whoopi's neck. Like, you can't keep bringing million-dollar lawsuits.
Yeah, you can't be doing this, and at some point the legal counsel is going to come and say, hey, stop. You can't be.
Well, they did. This is the crazy thing. I think they
after like another maybe a massive lawsuit that they lose and settlement or whatever.
No.
Probably settlement.
When Whoopi defamed them, they came back and she said, I have to issue a notice. They weren't in the building. The producers clearly went to her and said, you can't lie like that. And then they come back from commercial or whatever, and she's like, okay, everybody, they weren't in the building. But then she doubles down.
Maybe some producers have some moral ethics on The View still.
It's not about moral ethics, it's about fear.
Well, it is about
losing your job. And so I think Turning Point should still sue because I'd argue this was not enough. They needed to clarify the people who were there were actually protesting and hate Turning Point USA.
Yep.
There was no connection. The groups were the Turning Point USA people were screaming at them, and they were like yelling at each other. The View is this is the game they play. You lie, you issue a weak retraction and say, we know that you can't handle a lawsuit, so deal with it.
This is also like just an expose, as usual, of the ignorance that many of these mainstream outlets, shows have of right-wing politics in general. Like even when I read academic articles about like the alt-right or something, they're all so unbelievably incorrect. Like anyone who calls Charlie Kirk like far-right or alt-right.
They call him alt-right.
It's like you literally know nothing about the dynamics of the right. The right know everything about the dynamics of the left. They understand them inward and outward, all the different factions and groups, but it's like a complete blind spot. The right are just like Nazis, all of them. And it's
Did you see the
foolish.
Crowder put out a video where he's talking to some college students and one guy calls him alt-right. He's like, what? He's like, what does that mean? And then everyone, like there's a black dude there and he's like, Crowder's not alt-right. He's like, I watch Crowder all the time. What are you talking about? And the guy says, alt-right is like you and Ben Shapiro. And he's like, Ben Shapiro is Jewish. They don't know what it means. They're mindless zombies. And this is the problem. They get lied to by The View and other news outlets. And then they walk around saying things that make literally no sense. But I'll tell you this, if you want to control people, keep them in a constant state of confusion where they don't know what's happening. As they say, the truth shall set you free.
Didn't Whoopi just said that Jill Biden should be our Surgeon General?
That was a while ago.
She's a phenomenal doctor.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, and totally ridiculous because she's like a doctor in education.
She's not really
not a medical doctor.
Not really even a doctor at all. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's like an educational honorary
I don't
title or
know.
something.
Oh, she got an honorary one. Nice.
No. Let me make sure. I want to make sure.
No, I think it was real.
Yeah, I think that.
I think there is a real
like a skincare doctor. Or something.
Oh,
no, it's educator.
Educator. Yeah.
It's not a PhD. It's something else. Let me see if I can find it.
But that's going back to the left.
It's EDD.
EDD, yeah.
The thing that's curious to me about the left, there's no intellectual
there
curiosity.
It is. Doctor of Education. Okay, so
it comes from
it's not a PhD.
in the kids.
EDD. That's what she has.
I think it's more than that.
Educationist doctor.
So you're saying that people on the left in this cult or whatever this is, this weird
there's no
media
intellectual
cult.
curiosity. They don't really want to understand because from the outset they're all wrong. So why should we have any curiosity in trying to understand where they're coming from? So I mean, they literally have no curiosity about trying to examine any of our ideas or have a conversation because our conscience is wrong, our beliefs are wrong, our actions are wrong. So we don't need to even engage with you on this at all.
We do have an update here from Turning Point USA, though. They say tomorrow, join the protest, Thursday, July 28th, 7 a.m. outside GMA Studios in Times Square, 10 a.m. outside the View Studio, 320 West 66th Street. I'll just say this. If you are in Times Square, can you get a photo of those billboards we have up? We're really trying. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, get one of me.
Yeah, Ian's
Mine's
big
up there. I
up
haven't
there.
seen a photo yet.
I just want to stress that point, though. While y'all are protesting GMA, and I think there's a billboard of me above their building. So, like, this is the point I'm trying to make with those Times Square ads. We're coming for their cultural spaces. We are challenging them. We are winning, and they are getting really, really angry.
Remind me again, is there an ad for Chicken City?
Yes.
There is. Okay, good.
Yep.
Two of them, actually.
We have
Two of them. Okay, I just
two
want to make sure because
96-foot tall billboards for Chicken City.
but Chicken City gets some love.
Yeah, well, I just
and
want
they
to.
deserve it.
Yeah,
I want
I'm
to-
fascinated by this whole concept.
Great.
Well,
great
so
people.
the general idea with Times Square is that our ads are going to be right next to Good Morning America. And when regular people look up, they're going to see us on par, equal to them, and we're going to call them out as liars. And we're going to be of same status and stature on equal footing when we do it.
Is that something you could do? Like if you knew there was an ad beside you that was like for the View or something, could you get like a, I'm with stupid arrow or something? Like you can do that.
Yes.
You
Now,
that's
they,
so cool.
they might reject it.
Right.
But I think as long as, I think most of these companies that do ads just want money. So when, I put up this billboard we have in Times Square is so big, I don't even know what to do with it. So they're going to take down the ad soon. That the run is ending. And then they were like, we'll send it to you. And I'm like, it's 40 feet tall.
Are you finishing that?
I wonder if we could get
you like some?
3 ads in
finish it.
one.
Okay,
So,
I'll give
like,
you a cup.
yeah.
We'll give it
15
back.
foot
Relax.
and all going
You
like
could,
3
you could.
different movies going
But-
at once.
So the point was that we put that ad on top of the Good Morning America building. So we've got a 70-foot ad on the top of the Good Morning America building. So I wanted everybody to see us above them and make that point. I think it's good branding, good marketing, good brand awareness and all that stuff.
Yeah.
As they keep getting dragged, keep lying and failing and screwing up, we're going to be there to take those cultural spaces back.
So
take
hashtag
them over.
sue the View.
Wait.
This is the TP.
Yep.
USA.
Hashtag sue the viewer.
Ned, are you not going to join me in using a paper cup?
No, I am not. No.
Look at, this guy thinks he's so much better than me.
No,
Look at
no,
this dude.
I'm just.
Okay,
I'm respecting.
high class. I see
I'm
how it
respecting.
is.
It's just respect.
Whiskey, yeah.
It's hydrophobic.
Respect the pappy. And there it goes. That's
All
the last
right.
of
That's it.
Cheers to the last of the
Somebody
pappy.
has been
The last of the pap.
Yeah, I've been.
She's been after it.
Happy pappy.
pappy.
Have
That
they
stuff's
officially
costly.
Have they officially declared that they're suing the View, or is this just like let's
I
generate
don't think
some press?
I don't think they said that yet, but hashtag sue the view is the hashtag for the event. I think I'm assuming Drew Hernandez is going to be down there.
I'm sure.
And so Drew, if you're out there, I look forward to seeing all the footage and the coverage of what's going on with people protesting. This should be exciting. I'm glad to see that people on the right are organizing peaceful protests.
Yeah, and it's
And
fast.
punching back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
No, I
fast.
think this is the one thing that I loved about Trump is that he rejected the premise. He wasn't going to take any. He punched back, and I'd like to see this more across the movement, where you come at us and we will come right back at you even stronger.
It's rapid too. Like when you're disciplining a dog, if it pees on the ground, you don't wait 20 minutes and then come back and yell because it doesn't know why you're yelling. But if you do it right when it's doing it, it knows not to do that again.
There needs to be accountability, because so long as the left can burn down buildings without law enforcement intervening, and it's insane. I'll tell you this. I think. Can I just say, why hasn't any Republican filed a lawsuit to disqualify Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for running for office for waging insurrection against the United States by funding the bail for insurrectionists on during the Summer of Love? They want to. All that happens is the Democrats come out and scream insurrection for nonstop for months.
Right.
There's no insurrection, but if that's the game they want to play, they lost these lawsuits. Okay, well Kamala Harris directly bailed out people who were rioting
In
and burning
Minnesota.
In Minnesota.
Yeah.
Okay, sue her. 14th Amendment. She waged insurrection against the United States. She provided material support to people who engaged in insurrection against this country.
Well,
They don't do it.
But this is part of the problem, like on a 30,000 foot level. On their side are religious zealots, right? The politics for them is their religion. They are religious zealots. They are committed to it by all means necessary. They will have political power. We're a bunch of careerists. I'm going to go to D.C. I'm going to have a nice career at a think tank or in Congress. And after 20, 30 years, be like, hey, that was a lot of fun. No, they're interested in fundamental change. They will do everything and are committed to it. And we're like, I'm just here for a good career. We have to completely, unless we actually become more religious zealots on our side, you're going to see more of this. Why aren't we doing that?
It's part of why I don't consider myself conservative, because I do think we need literal, like radical liberal change, but for good, not like zealous change. It doesn't need to be like my way or the highway, but the system needs to be drastically altered. The Federal Reserve has annihilated our economy. We need to take back control of our financial system.
Yeah, but I don't think we get back to normal unless we actually meet some of their religious zealotry with our own. I tell people we're not going to get back to normal until we beat the left.
The problem
and to
is
unconditional surrender. There is no. I think we have to come to this. This is not your granddaddy's Democratic Party. This is an un-American left that has nothing to do with the founding ideals. I'm not sure where we have common ground with them.
Nothing.
Well,
That's right. So
I mean,
how do you actually come to that point? There is no common ground. The only way you get to a common ground is to beat them into submission.
I think
God,
there was
unconditional
common
surrender.
ground on Epstein. You know, both the left and the right were like, "Hey, what's up with that?"
Someone went to jail for a massive underage prostitution ring, but we don't know who.
Who are they selling to?
Right.
But the left and the right both agree there's
Yeah.
something bad going on there.
Epstein didn't.
Thanks for checking out this segment from the Timcast IRL podcast. But if you want to check out the full show live, tune in Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. And if you want more special access content, head over to timcast.com and become a member. Your membership helps sustain this company, keep our journalists employed, makes this show happen, and you will get access to exclusive members-only segments of the Timcast IRL podcast, and there's a massive library to check out. So again, go to timcast.com or tune in Monday through Friday at 8 p.m., and we'll see you all there.